Hi, my name's Russ, and welcome to Russ's English Academy, the channel where you learn to understand and speak like a native English speaker. Today, we're going to clarify the confusion between the present perfect and the past simple, and by the end of this lesson, you'll know exactly when to use each of these tenses. I'll give you a memory trick which will help you to remember when to use the present perfect. I'll also give you some pronunciation tips to help you sound natural and like a native speaker, and also to help you to understand native speakers when they're speaking. We'll cover the difference between been and gone as a past participle used with the present perfect, and the difference between for and since when used with the present perfect. By the end, you'll have a simple system to instantly answer, do I use the present perfect or the past simple? You don't need to take notes because there's a free PDF download covering all the main points of the lesson. Does that sound good? Great, let's begin. So the present perfect is formed by using the subject plus the auxiliary verb have or has plus the past participle of the main verb. So for example, I have eaten or I've eaten. She has broken or she's broken. We have lived or we've lived. The past simple just uses the past tense form of the verb. So I ate, she broke, we lived. Remember, past simple regular verbs are formed by adding ed to the verb. However, the irregular verbs you will need to memorize. So if you don't know those, you can watch my lesson on irregular verbs and regular verbs and how to pronounce them. You can watch that here. But a PDF of all the most common irregular verbs is included in the download for today's lesson. The use of the present perfect, it can be summarized with this mnemonic ECUR, okay? ECUR, which covers the four main uses. E stands for experience, C stands for change, U stands for unfinished, and R stands for recent, okay? So E, experience. I have tried sushi. Have you ever tried sushi? So experience with no specific time attached. Okay? I have tried sushi. Have you tried sushi? Experience with no specific time attached. C stands for change. He has grown taller. She has had her hair cut. Okay? Change, things that are different. U for unfinished actions. Okay, I have lived here for 5 years and I still live here. Okay, R for recent. She has lost her phone. She has lost her phone. So recent information, new information, we use present perfect. Okay, we use the past simple. Is used when the action is tied to a specific time in the past. So, I tried sushi yesterday. She lost her phone last week. He moved to London in 2015. So remember, specified time, we use the past simple. Specified time, finished time, past simple. Unspecified time, we use present perfect. We often use the present perfect with ever and never. For example, have you ever tried sushi? Have you ever been to London? But we use past simple with specific time. Did you try sushi when you went to Japan? Did you visit London last summer? Let's practice. Answer these questions at home. Have you ever flown in a plane? The answer should be either yes, I have, or no, I haven't, or no, I haven't ever flown in a plane. Have you ever visited another country? No, I have never visited or I haven't ever visited another country. Have never and haven't ever means the same thing. So we can say, I have never visited another country, or I haven't ever visited another country. And it's the same thing. Another thing which confuses people is the difference between been and gone. Go has two past participles. We can use been or gone. Been is when you have gone somewhere and returned. Okay, gone is when somebody has gone somewhere and they're still there. So, for example, my sister has been to the shops means she has gone to the shops and she has come back with the shopping. Okay, I have gone to the shops means I am at the shops now. So, if somebody's back now, use been. If somebody is still away, use gone. The use of for and since, we use for duration. So I've studied Italian for 8 years, and we use since as a starting point. He studied English since he was a little boy. Okay, so when the action started. Okay, some pronunciation tips. Remember, when we contract the form, the pronunciation changes. I have becomes I've. You have becomes you've. We have becomes we've. She has becomes she's. He has becomes his. Okay? It's a light v or z sound. So I've, she's. Okay? So to recap, remember ECUR, experience, change, unfinished, and recent. Okay, memorize that because it will help you to remember when to use the present perfect. Okay, so experience, have you ever in your life? Change, has something changed recently? Unfinished actions, often with for or since, remembering for the duration, since for the starting point, and recent, new information. Okay, these are the main uses of the present perfect in English. If you found this lesson useful, please subscribe to the channel and click the bell so you get notifications when I upload new lessons. And remember to download your free PDF, including all the main points of the lesson. Okay, thanks very much, and I'll see you next time.